beg you, would you truly kill me, your ally, just to protect the Roselle? The Roselle are a tainted people. Your efforts shall bear no fruit. How dare you insult my people? Ah! How could you?
I lose too many employers this way. I'd best make myself scarce.
As if we'd let you get away. Word of this can't get out.
Too late. Silvio sent word of your betrayal eons ago. Expect Hyzante's army on the morrow. They'll finish the job then.
And so, we've bought no time at all.
Lord Serenoa, I cannot thank you enough for coming to our aid.
Allow us to show our gratitude with a feast.
I'm afraid we haven't the time for such levity.
We must tend to the wounded, of course. But fight or flee, surely we have time enough to catch our breath and fill our stomachs. Let us not spurn their kindness.
The young lord's right. Steal that belly of yours.
I also enjoy it what you can.
What are you doing here, dear Roland?
Jerome is a young man of formidable convictions.
Indeed. He took the fate of his people in his hands and fought for their freedom.
Just as you have done.
I did what any lord would do to protect the sovereignty of their land, nothing more. I will not see the Roselle stripped of their humanity and treated as objects.
Hyzante's goddess has always seen them as such.
History has ever seen the strong rule the weak, but that does not mean it must always be so.
I do not mean to excuse it. Rather, I see now that this village and all of House Wolford suffers because of the royal family's impotence.
That's not...
I speak the truth, and you know it. Cordelia and the people of Glenbrook cry for aid as we speak. Yet here I sit, cowering behind a mask and a false name. Who dare call me a leader?
Serenoa, making a valiant stand in defense of the Rosellan village, slays Silvio Tellior. Word of their disobedience reaches the Holy One, who sends an army to conquer the heretics. With the enemy only a day's march from their doorstep, House Wolford and the Roselle scramble to mount one last stand. Time is of the essence.
In the still of night. Trade post. I have 95. We can't get another Medal of Bravery here. We found some leather too. Cool. That's nice. I haven't been using Quietus at all. I probably should start using them. Might help. Physical counter. ICT. Ooh. 18. Ice Caster.
I'm not yet satisfied.
Damage dealt by Icy Breath, Frosty Fetters. Timber Fiber, they're the same thing. Chaos Battle level 18. Abandoned Mine. Large Atrial Crate Pod, that's interesting. Alright, we're gonna do exploration phase now because there could be some cool, good items in here. Oh. I'll wait on those.
So that's the size of it. House Wolffort has gone to such great lengths for us.
It was our decision and ours alone. Your people brought nothing upon us.
It is as Serenoa says. We are happy to do all that we can to protect you.
Forgive me, Lady Frederica, but your mother was Lady Orlea, was she not? You came to our rescue just as she did. I cannot help but feel 'twas fated to be so.
You knew my mother?
Where did you hear of this, Jerome? I've told you not a whit about her.
I overheard whispers between my mother and father long ago. Why would the elders labor to keep such information secret?
Well, truth be told, we feared being persecuted anew.
And so your greatest fears have come true. Pray, hide no longer, and tell Lady Frederica what you know.
You know the history of Hyzante's suppression of the Roselle, yes? Then you know of the Rosellan revolt that occurred 30 years ago. Your mother, Lady Orlea, led that uprising at the source. She led us to freedom from Hyzante's rule, here to the Wolffort domain. She was a woman of great courage. She even left a sizable gash upon the goddess's statue as we departed.
The statue that stands tall in the source. I've never heard tell of this gash.
I reckon not. Hyzante would never admit to such a thing. But we, Roselle, know the truth.
I had no idea my mother was involved with the revolt, let alone led it.
And it was my father who gave them this land to settle.
That he did. Lady Orlea, for her part, vowed to fight on, to liberate those who remained in Hyzante. The rest of us, battered and bruised in the escape, parted ways with her, and remained here to live out our days in peace.
And so she eventually found her way to Esfrost, where she was taken in. I thank you for sharing such a wonderful chapter of my mother's history.
I hear she rallied the people to her cause with these words. The Holy State's teachings are false, The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia. The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
How much of this have you heard?
Hold. I beg you, recite those words once more.
The holy state's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia. The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
So there exists a key that gives the lie to the goddess's teachings. With that in hand, we can yet confront Hyzante.
Pray tell, good elder, what might it look like?
Alas, I fear I do not know.
I know not to what they were referring, but my parents always said Lady Orlea left it in this village.
Then the key is here. Jerome, please. We would speak with your parents at once.
I'm afraid that's not possible. They both passed many moons ago.
We must find this key, Lord Serenoa. I know it sounds like a fool's errand, but I feel we have no other choice.
I agree. 'Tis a slight hope, but hope nonetheless. Let the search begin.
He knows something. He clearly knows something. When the key is the village, though precisely what form it takes still eludes us. I need more information. If the key doesn't remain in the village, I will find it. I must. Something special in the village? If we seek is old, the army know of it. I couldn't thought the Lady Orlea's last breath lay in this great village. I wish it to be true with all my heart. The legend so old it's just been forgotten, or something keep it from us. They leave us up in the village in our search. You're looking for something old? I see I recall a large old looking mirror behind the elder's house. It was quite what I was years about, I'm sure it's rusted by now. Those are long, dark hairs being oppressed. I reckon there are none to have outside those, like it's reminding him of it. Silver. We should seek out who knows the legend of Roselle. That'd be our best chance to find the key. Superior iron. What's what I'm trying to say? Sir, we have to find that key. I know we mean to search the village, but what are you searching for? Oh, there's the old mirror. It's old rusty mirror. Oh yes, that's the one. Pray a moment, I'll polish it for you. There, isn't it beautiful? My word, besides the mirror excluded, I don't need a rust hits of splendor. Perhaps the mirror is a key that shows us the way forward. Anything special? Well, there's a Pelton drones on boat that his parents are quite fond of. My diarrhea said, I'm scared. There are no audits to the village to qualify the key you're looking for. Anything special and unusual in the village? Not that I've ever heard of. What are you looking for, sir? Is it treasure? I'm a treasure hunt. And you? Are you playing hide and seek? There's something incredible in the village. Do you know anything about it? It's a secret, but you promised not to tell anyone. It's hidden in my desk drawer. I call it Secret Sweets Store. I'm going to eat it when I'm always looking. Is that so? Thank you for telling me. You have my word that I shan't tell our soul. Such a cute little kid. We just want to live our lives. Why don't you chase the end of the earth? You do this. This is all your fault. Go, you say? Go where? Anywhere you will survive. Think of the opportunity as a fresh start. And what will you do? I will fight for you until the very end, as the Lord bound for his people. Thank you, my lord. There are 2 houses, okay. A pink pelt. This is a pelt like this car before. Perhaps it's the one Jerome parents are liking to. Perhaps the pelt's key will show us the way forward. The pink pelt, the pink mirror. Other than a key, you can find nothing important in my home. We took greatly the source, yet past keeps upon us. Perhaps we are tainted after all. Azure Crystal? Is that accessory? I wonder if Village would still be his existence. I should like to return his home myself. Preferably while he's away, though I know he would not grant some request from the likes of me. But I'm gonna draw him out of his house for a moment. Or I would not get so defeated to stand for seeing an old man. But I guess maybe it would have to get. Elder, free me, but may I see outside for a moment? Now I'm outside of the Lady Frederica? What they are, what were they asking me? A box hidden beneath the rug. It's the other has to hide. Perhaps this rock is the key that solves the way forward. It's obviously the rock. But what would happen if we do something else? Like, this is similar to the Source Light thing, but are we actually going to get an alternate route? Okay. I think we're done here. Let's continue.
Elder, for the sake of the Roselle, I've come to speak with you about the key.
Lord Serenoa, I am not one to speak in metaphor and code. I bid you tell me precisely what it is you seek.
Could this pink rock be the key?
Where did you find that?
So it is the key. What do you know of it?
Clearly I can deceive you no longer. I shall tell you everything.
What is this strange pink rock?
A simple taste shall tell you all you need to know.
My word, it tastes of salt. No, it is salt.
Truly, a rock of salt.
Indeed, it is. And the story behind it is a long one. This crystal before you was brought here by Lady Olea.
My mother brought this?
And you knew of this the whole time, Elder?
Yes, but the seeds of conflict ought not to be left in the sun where they are apt to grow. That was our decision.
Are there any other crystals like this?
There are. Lady Orlea spoke of a repository rife with salt, hidden somewhere in Norzelia.
And where might that somewhere be?
Unfortunately, I do not know. And I fear the knowledge passed with Lady Orlea herself.
Do you know anything about this, Lady Frederica? Anything at all? Did your mother ever mention these crystals to you before? It is imperative that you remember.
I apologize, but this is my first time hearing of them as well.
Calm yourself, Benedict. You're scaring the lass.
Calm myself. The very existence of this crystal changes the nature of our realm as we know it. If you have ever wondered why Hyzante oppresses the Roselle or confines them to the source, this is your answer.
So they did it all to hide the existence of the repository and monopolize salt.
And not just that, anyone who finds that repository could reign over all Norzelia.
Would it really have so great an influence?
Salt is a divine boon, a gift from the goddess to her true believers. It is one of Hyzante's fundamental beliefs, one that, due to their monopoly on both salt and the source, has appeared true all these years, but no longer. With this crystal alone, we can prove their doctrine false.
Revealing their absolute teachings to be mere fabrications would shake Hyzante to its very core.
There may be hope for us yet.
A report, my lord. Hyzante's army is on the horizon.
Lord Serenoa, if you would, I should like to be the one to speak to them.
Of course, Benedict. I leave the matter in your capable hands.
Lord Serenoa, how unfortunate it is for us to meet under such circumstances. But for disobeying the Holy One's order, I must strike you down.
Before that, Minister Exham, there is something we wish to show you.
It is a mere fragment of something we have discovered in this village. It is a crystal made entirely of salt.
What madness is this you speak? This is salt, indeed. But how is this possible?
It appears to have been passed down among the Roselle, and in a quantity large enough to rival the source.
Unbelievable.
Perhaps so, but we have proof. Salt can be found in places other than the sacred grounds beneath the goddess's feet. I am certain the implications do not escape you.
What is it that you want?
An audience with the Holy One, and a guarantee of safety for us and everyone in this village.
It would be a waste to dispose of both the crystal and House Wolford here. Very well then. I shall secure you an audience with the Holy One. And you have my word that the village will be safe from harm.
For now.
Thank you, Minister.
face contorted so.
We owe our lives to this. A crystal of salt. Or salt crystal, shall we call it?
The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessing spread across all Norzelia.
Interesting. So they're not like she wasn't saying that the goddess doesn't exist. What she was saying is that it does exist, but the Holy State is twisting it. Interesting idea.
The blessings of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
Can you imagine if crystals like this were hidden beneath the surface of Norzelia?
I cannot imagine Hyzante being blind to their existence. Salt is the lifeblood of their nation.
Agreed. Which leads me to believe that they have relentlessly oppressed the Roselle to hide it.
You intend to negotiate with the Holy One, then?
Correct. This time, we shan't fail. Not with this salt crystal in our hands. Hyzante will swear its support to us.
This will like twist their arm around because they can force them to.
If their teachings are truly false, could you not ask them to free the Roselle at the source?
That is a risk we cannot afford to take. Our first priority is rebuilding Wolfort. Without it, we cannot even hope to protect our own Rosellan village. I do hope you understand.
I see. I suppose you are right.
And what will you do once granted those privileges, Benedict?
What will I do?
I tire of being made to decide like this time and time again. Don't you, Serenoa?
I do. Our choices grow ever harder, each time piercing me deeper.
It's time we decide what to do for ourselves. I wish to reclaim Glenbrook. With Hyzante beside us, we can defeat Aesfrost. So when we meet, I will ask the Holy State to go to war with us.
House Wolfort protects the Roselle in defiance of the Holy One's orders. Hyzante sends an army to punish Wolfort for their disobedience. Cornered though they may be, Serenoa and his comrades discover a crystal of salt, hidden in the Rosellan village. Benedict leverages its very existence in negotiations with the opposing General Exum and succeeds. The crystal holds the power to change not only Hyzante, but the entire land of Norzelia. With it in hand, Serenoa goes to meet the Holy One.
Okay, we're gonna save and see what happens.